take two.
Yes.
Yeah.
And our streak continues.
It has. We're making up for lost time.
We
missed
are.
a lot the first half of the year.
Yeah, well, I'm scared I may have to disappear for a week and a half.
Oh, with the hurricane deal?
Out to North Carolina?
Yeah, I don't know yet. You know, I was trying to jimmy the system a little bit to see if I could not go, but I don't know if that's going to be the case.
Well, it's a complete disaster out there.
Total shit show. And just a humanitarian crisis, man. Huge.
And the
We'll get into that,
and the administration was doing nothing until they got called on it.
I know it.
Yeah. Well,
Frustrating.
there was an F3 tornado in Oklahoma. Or F3 winds. Is it the tornado? Is it just the winds? F3.
It's the tornado.
Yeah, okay.
It's the tornadoes, but it has to do with wind speed.
So there was
Actually, I'm going to fact check that.
Okay.
It has to do with damage on the ground.
Has to do with wind speed.
Yes, but the way they categorize whether it's a 2, 3, or 4 or 5
I don't think that's
is based
accurate.
on damage.
No,
What
it's
if
wind
an
speed.
F3 is
Negative.
over the water?
And there's no
telling you.
damage.
We can fact check it, but we haven't even introduced ourselves.
Oh, hold on.
The people listening to us have no idea who we are, dude.
Okay, well, welcome to the first half of a scattered October 1st,
I think he may be
2024.
correct.
Oh, really?
I already know this. Why you?
Well, then how? Oh, so if it's over the ocean, it's not an important one. Dudes Like Us, we're a podcast that dabbles in manliness and life experiences.
And we think we know basically everything.
Yeah, we're
And
full
we
of
don't.
shit.
Well,
We
but
don't know jack shit.
I'm also the enhanced Fujita scale expert of the group,
Evidently.
which was what they used to measure, tornadoes.
Well,
But-
Dudes Like Us, I'm Sean.
I'm Paul,
And I'm Jeff.
and it turns out we're both right. It is based on wind speed and the result of the damage on the ground.
So you could have.
So we are both right.
So you could have a tornado going 300 miles an hour, but if there's no damage, it's a what?
It's pathetic.
It's an F1.
Yeah. So
it's a weenie.
is that kind of like if a tree falls in the middle of a forest, doesn't make a noise?
Right.
Right.
So you could have this 3 mile wide
Really?
thing, but if it's out in the middle
It's a huge
of the
red oak that's 12 feet
field.
diameter. Just because it's out in the middle of nowhere, it gets no.
No. When
cred, no
they
street
measure
cred.
damage, they
What
measure.
do they call it? No riz.
No riz.
That's a new word I learned.
Oh boy, I don't know. I know what
is that a
word
Gen
is.
X term?
Yeah. Are you?
Or Gen Z term?
Are you Gen Z in us
Hey,
right
dude,
now?
I've got a little urban dictionary that relates to the gen now.
Oh, because you have to relate to the people you work with.
Well, I mean, I have to communicate with our kids. We have to be able to connect to our kids at some point, you know?
You just talk
and
to
you're
them.
going to do it by Gen Z
Yo,
in them?
no new riz in it.
God, seriously? Hey, man, let's dip. What, Dad? Shut up.
I know it sounds
You're old.
It sounds awkward trying to
Totally.
talk like that. Just like it is, those actors on the show Airplane, the speak and jive.
Yeah.
Speak jive.
I was like, really? What is that?
Well, it's just
Yes.
like the old folks, they'll have, look at that whippersnapper. We don't say that anymore.
No,
I
well, they
do.
don't. I do.
Yeah.
I do too.
I say that. What are you talking about? I say it all the time. But it's almost tongue in cheek. I'm acting like way older than I am when I say it.
Right.
You young whippersnapper.
Yeah,
Hey, newsflash, we're getting old.
I know.
Yeah.
We are that.
We're
We
getting
are that.
older. I'm sure some of the other listeners out there be like, shut up. You have no idea. Well, you know what? I'm at a point in my life where I'm starting to feel
Old.
the weight of half a century on me and just the
Yeah.
shit that we do every day. Just trying to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is.
Not me. I feel like I'm 17 again.
17, huh?
No. As you wake up, as you walk
Living
around,
those
God,
oxygen
my knees,
tanks.
my heel.
My knees and ankles are cracking and
Taking
popping.
an ice
Yeah.
bath every morning.
And I'm groaning every time I get up.
Well, I tell you, I've
Colon cleansing.
struggled with that ever since my dad passed away, because it's put into perspective time frames
Oh, yeah.
for me specifically.
We are mortal.
And the fact that I'm not working right now and I'm so close to retirement that it's like,
Painful.
why would you wait to retire to when you're 70? I don't
Right.
understand that. Because
I know. And then you die 3 months later.
yeah, because you can't really enjoy it. You may make a little more money per month via the Social Security,
Right.
but you're not going to be able to enjoy it. I want to be able to enjoy things because, like I said, I'm going through some stuff of my dad's and my mom's after they passed away, and I'm finding pictures of when they moved into their house. And they moved into their house out in Nevada when my dad turned 60.
Right.
I'm 5 years from that.
Dude, that's crazy, right?
And I'm looking at these pictures, and I'm like, he's only 5 years older than me, and he just passed away. And the time went like that.
Yeah.
Right? And, and I want to be able to... Anyway, it's hit me quite a bit, and as I'm going through this stuff, I am struggling with the time
mortality.
frame, the mortality, the time we have left, which is really not that much.
It's not that much. I mean,
especially
we cannot,
active time
right.
to be able to do shit.
Yeah, we can't skydive and cliff dive when we're 70.
Oh, dude,
we got to do that now.
Dude, I can't even run downstairs. If I have to go to the bathroom and it's an emergency, I will literally shred my hamstrings trying to get to the bathroom fast enough.
Exactly. I mean,
I'd run out of breath. I'd need to defibrillate me right in the middle of the God bless and green room out there.
Right. Yeah, what else is on our bucket list? We have bull riding. That's on our bucket list, right?
Negative.
Skydiving. What else?
I would like skydive.
I'd like to have gone snow skiing sometime.
Snow skiing?
I'm not now.
What do you mean? You've never snow skied?
No, I've never snow skied. I'd like to someday, but I'm not going to.
That's so hard on your knees.
Well, it's just on your body.
Yes.
Yeah.
At this age, trying to do it.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a little bit of experience snow skiing. Matt, remember when we went canoe riding and you had to depend on your core?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Jeff and I were fucking
Is this your Utah?
No, this was
Guadalupe. This is Guadalupe.
Guadalupe, man. We're like, I know, let's go down again. So we go down again and we get on. I think we trade in the raft or something.
I think we had I
forget what it was.
Well, we had kayaks, individual kayaks, and then we went to the screw it. We're going to a big 2-man raft.
Because you guys couldn't do it on your own, so you thought maybe if you combine your powers together.
No, it wasn't that. It's the fact that your legs. It's like you're sitting on the ground with
your legs straight.
Yes.
And you're using your core strength
100%
to maneuver the oar through the water, and you're dependent on your hips to brace yourself. It's a full core pull.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember waking up the next morning. Actually, we went and we were like, let's get a 12-pack of beer. Yeah. We're staying at the Marriott Courtyard. It's a nice place.
That's smart.
Freaking, I take a beer out. I don't even think I opened it. I think I set the beer on the counter and let us out.
Yep.
Wow.
This is before his CPAP, so I was up all night.
You thinking that the roof was caving in?
Yeah. No, sleeping with the head under the pillow. But that was right. It's
and plus, I could tell Jeff was kept complaining because I was so hot. I was like, dude, well, get on the other bed.
Oh,
what the hell, man?
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, we were nude too, so it was kind of weird.
Yeah, earlier I was going to say, damn, I didn't get invited, but now I'm actually kind of cool with it.
It was a last minute thing.
Jeff and I share a safety dome.
It was a weird.
It's your Iron Dome.
Yeah.
For the two of you.
Right. It was a last minute thing, and we ended up leaving we were over at Sean's house, I think, and all Brandon, Steven, Preston's was Clayton.
That's it.
Was Clayton went as well, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, someone else went, and it was at 5 o'clock at night. We're like, all right, let's do this. So we woke up at 4:30 or 5 the next morning and went down there, canoed and kayaked all day.
Wow. That's ambitious.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's probably what it was. We went there first thing in the morning, and we got a stellar deal on the hotel.
Yeah.
Stellar. It was $39 a night.
Yeah, for 2 rooms.
At the Courtyard.
Oh, wow.
It was a nice hotel.
Well, because it was one single bed. Yeah.
Yes, it was a twin. No, but that's what it was.
They were bunk beds.
And like I said, it was last minute, and it was a lot of fun. The boys had a blast. I had a lot of fun. That's when I took a dip in the nice cool river.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, just step on that shelf right there.
Yeah, let me.
Now it's 15 feet deep.
Provide some narrative here, context. So we get in the raft. The first time we went down was on a raft. All right. So I don't know if you guys ever been down to the Guadalupe River, but the river's cold.
Right.
Year round, it's 50, 60 degrees, 55 degrees.
It's spring fed, I think.
So it's cold. And it hurts your bones kind of cold. It feels great once you're in.
You didn't have form-fitting wetsuits?
Some latex.
Some scuba diving outfits.
where it goes right over your eyebrows.
Yeah, you could have used it. It was cold enough.
Well, we duct tape about 1 million pocket warmers to ourselves before we...
Oh, perfect. All right, so you're freezing your ass off.
So, well, no, I mean, actually, it was fine. It was a great day, considering we got lucky because we actually left during spring break, and we're kind of like, well, in spring break in Texas, that's a freaking, who knows what the hell's going to happen with the weather? It could be freaking 40 degrees,
or how busy it was going to be.
Yeah,
right,
that's true too.
That's why you were out there at 4 a.m.
Well,
we got really lucky.
I think we were lucky because all the kids were still in high school. I think Brandon may have been a senior, and I think Centennial or Frisco's week was either early or late from the majority of the Texas schools. So we hit it just right.
So we get we were trying to figure out how we're going to get down the river.
Yeah,
and
sure.
we got choices, and come on, Jeff and I are like, we're getting a raft, man. And so we got the
Did
raft
we get
for
a raft
Jeff and
the
I.
first time or
we
the second
did
time?
because it was the first one because we were just like, screw that. And then the boys, they each got a canoe, and then we went down. And I think because we ended up jumping off the boat a couple times, but the first time, first of all, the Guadalupe River has a bunch of huge boulders in it all the way down. I don't know if you guys have been in there, but
That's
it's like
safe.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's like you could step on huge rock all the way down.
Yeah, they're under the water.
Oh, I see.
They're under the water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I mean, you could step down, 12 inches and you're standing on a rock. Well, on the other side, drops down 12 feet,
Yes.
And it's hard to know.
It's hard to know.
Hard to see that.
So I'm standing on the 12-inch top of the boulder, right?
Mhm.
And I'm maneuvering the boat and getting it steady. I was like, Jeff, get out right here. It feels freaking great, And he was like, no.
Were you setting him up?
I was setting him up.
Oh,
and
my
so,
God.
you imagine you're in a raft, so it's already precarious. You're kind of moving around, and he steps his leg over, kind of like you're getting in a bathtub and you're testing the water first. He's dangling that little big toe of his, and he's trying to touch it, and he feels it, and it's like, oh, it's cold, and he shivers. That was strange to see. It's like a fucking walrus in the Arctic. It's like,
Was it? So it was a ripple that went from bottom to top and back down again.
Yeah.
The hair on his
Nice.
back was like, he went in full Eskimo mode.
like a shockwave.
Right.
Nice.
Oh, man. So he sticks his foot in. I was like, dude, it's right there. And he's like, dude, I reached down 12 inches. It wasn't there. He's like, you're just going to have to take a leap of faith. It's
what
there.
an
I
asshole.
promise.
Oh, yeah. I
Paul-
learned my lesson.
Paul,
What an
he
asshole.
steps over the edge.
I disappear.
It was literally, I heard a bloop, just a bloop.
He's gone.
I did. I went all the way under.
He's gone.
He's gone. And the look on his face.
Oh, you reemerge and you're like, asshole.
Hulkman mad.
Yeah. Jeff, you okay? There is no Jeff on this one.
Then they had to fight to get back into the damn raft.
Oh, yeah.
And then
no
Which
shit.
is always
that was
fun.
the other thing. So it's like pulling a walrus on a boat, trying to get over the edge. It's like, Jesus.
It is.
Yeah,
It's-
you gotta grab by the bottom of the shorts and pull him in.
Yeah.
Grabbed him by his Chewbacca hair, pulling him
Yeah,
up. And he was
we managed to do it. So
Have you guys ever done the whitewater rafting?
Oh yeah, we've done it. Sean, well, we all did
Yeah,
it.
Jeff
in
and I
Tahoe.
went.
Oh, when in Utah.
Oh, yeah. Jeff and I went together.
No, we've never been to Utah. It's Tahoe.
Oh, I thought Tahoe is Utah.
It's in
No,
California.
It's in California,
What is
Nevada.
going on over there?
What the fuck? Really?
It straddles the
All
California.
this time I
Nevada.
thought Tahoe was in Utah.
No, my dad lived in Nevada, outside of Tahoe,
What the fuck?
I've never
Where
heard.
have I been?
right here.
Colorado.
So, all right, California, on the border of California and Nevada?
Pull up a map, Mr. Producer, to help him visualize
No
this.
shit.
Yes,
That's crazy.
yes. You know
Beautiful
where
area.
where Nevada has that point in the kind of the middle.
But right now we're looking at Lake Louisville.
Yeah, that's Tahoe's quite a bit larger. than
Yeah,
that.
zoom out there. There we go. All right, yep, United States. Definitely United States. California.
It's right there at that Nevada bend,
So Nevada and California. All right, zoom in there, Mr.
There is
Producer.
a road called State Line, which is right where the
At the bend. I see the bend where it starts to get curved like a diagonal line down.
yes.
All right, keep going west.
No, you're in Utah now.
Yeah, I know.
What
Keep
about
going west.
Nevada? You need to go way west.
There we go. Down, down, down. There it is.
There
Zoom
it
in
is.
right there. Okay, look at that. Look at that,
That
lake in the middle.
right there, not that one.
No, the one at the
That
curve.
one.
There it is. That's it.
Tahoe right there.
No shit. All right,
Yes.
that's Tahoe.
Yes,
Okay. All right. So you guys did whitewater rafting on what's that river then?
we did it. No, we didn't do it in the lake. We did it in the American River, which is in California, which is in the mountains.
Ooh,
So it's
fancy.
it's the American River. It's going to be off to the west some. Austin.
You drive for a while to get there?
Maybe an hour.
Yeah, maybe an hour.
Okay, that's not too bad.
I don't know
I
exactly
want to
where
type
it's
in
at.
American River.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, regardless,
Cool.
they had a cool system too. I mean, that's the first and only time I've ever gone whitewater rafting. I would highly recommend it.
Oh, it's
I don't think
fun.
I'd sit in the front. I think I sat in the front for, I don't know, half the trip maybe. Then Preston took it over.
Yeah.
It's a lot of responsibility sitting in the front.
It can be dangerous too, man. I mean, there are people that
It can be.
the people that don't, I mean, that they pass
you
away
have
on
to,
these things.
I mean,
You gotta
I was
be-
on
you
the
gotta be-
cusp of not
yeah.
being able to manage the strength to take to maneuver what we were
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's-
think you and Brandon were up front.
Yeah.
And
And I was like, fuck me. And then, and then Preston was like, I could take it, Mr. Football Player. I could be just like Brandon. He gets up there, and I'm like, getting in the back. That's great because he's already broke Julie's nose. So we just want to.
this was the
wow.
last.
Was that the other one?
No, that was in Colorado.
Oh,
so
God.
yeah, Julie just hung out in the back and let us do everything. She was enjoying the ride. So
And Mr. Producer was there. And I'll tell you what
Ah.
Mr. Producer did that I've never seen in my fucking life.
What's that?
He gets up on the back of the boat. I'm sitting in the front right, and he just kind of walks up. Hey, what's going on? Chip, boop. Does a little dive and front flip right in the water. And I was like, holy shit,
On purpose?
the wheels are off. I was looking at
Like while you guys were like paddling and going down the
No,
river?
we had pulled over for the side for a
Okay.
second. No, but
Okay.
no, we
shit.
came up to a section. He goes, this is a section where if you guys want to hop out and ride these rapids down on your back, this is where
Okay,
you do
it was a safe place to do
It was
that.
a safe
Yeah.
place. So
And you were wearing a vest, right?
Yes.
He was
Oh, yeah, he
he
had a
probably
vest
had a
on.
helmet on. And
yeah, we're all wearing all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we all pile out except my wife. So we all pile out and ride these rapids down. They're maybe 100 yards. Maybe.
fun.
and thank God the boys were there. I mean, because
Yeah.
getting Jeff and I out of that freaking water was a chore.
Well, look at Brandon. He was playing football. He was 300 pounds. He's a big dude.
So
man.
he didn't get stuck.
No, actually,
I think Steven and Preston got in
Got
first.
him in.
And then they pulled him up, and then Brandon pulled us up.
What do they call it when a ship gets it breached? Not beached or breached or
Is it like when you're on the
when it
on
runs
the beach?
aground? Oh,
He
runs
gets
aground.
beached, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
but
beached.
it was a blast. We went through. Now it wasn't like level 4 rapids, but we went through some rapids.
Brandon was in the front. We went in this one, and it dropped maybe 5 foot. It felt like,
yeah.
and Brandon's in the front. So Brandon's 300, right?
Damn, yeah.
So he fucking sticks it, and the whole boat was kind of like it looked like it just like crunched inward like a can crushing,
and, it was
and then.
and it just sat there gyrating.
No, eventually the weight of everything going on forced the front out.
Oh boy.
So it was like it was violent,
Yeah.
because it came down in a crunch and bam, we were launched out the front. And I remember Brandon and I hitting face to face, and I was like, "Hi,"
Yeah, you lose a little control sometimes, and that happened when we were in Colorado. We went down the Colorado, I believe, and that's when Preston was with us up when we went to Colorado Springs. This was the first time we had done it, and that's when my wife's nose got broken. On it, actually, she didn't break it, but she had a bloody nose.
Oh, damn.
bad.
she was picking it, and Preston accidentally went back and smacked her.
Oh.
You know how you get your fingernail in there
Yeah.
a little too far.
And the
And it
same thing.
shoved all the way to her
Yeah,
brain.
and it was me and Brandon in the front this time, and our guide was not as good as the one in California.
Oh boy.
And either you take a little course before you go do the safety course that says if you go over, this is what you do.
Right.
Go on your back, get your feet up because your feet will get caught in the river and you'll get stuck. And then
Yes, and you're supposed to just ride it down
And that's
until people can get you back in the boat.
You just get on your back, feet up, and just skim all the way down.
Right.
So anyway, we're going down this thing. He's like, and everyone was like, "There's one spot that is, if we're going to tip, it's where it's going to happen."
Okay.
And you see it coming, and
And there's no stopping it.
and they're like, we try to go around the hole.
Yeah, and everybody's like paddling as quickly
And
as
the guy is screaming.
furiously.
He's like, paddle, paddle, paddle left or whatever it was. And he's back there doing this. We completely hit that hole 100%. And it was like Sean said, but this was worse. It went like this.
and then you all got dumped.
The guide basically ended up.
the guy was as big as Brandon was. He was a big dude.
Yeah, well, this was in Colorado. This guy was a small guy. Yeah, the one in California was a big dude.
Oh, sorry.
And
I wasn't there.
this is when that's when Julie, because everybody went
Compacted,
forward like
yeah.
5 feet. Her face went into the back of Preston's helmet,
Oh no.
and this is where they take all the pictures.
Oh yeah.
So all of a sudden you see that and she's going like this, You could see her like this, and then a few pictures later, you start seeing blood coming out.
everywhere.
But I think the boat bent when this happened, and somehow I almost went out. Brandon almost went out. Brandon grabbed me.
But nobody got dumped?
I grabbed him. We were both going out, and we both yanked each other in.
Oh, very nice.
And that was the worst. It was bad in California, but
it can be heart pounding, man.
it was bad. And I'm thinking, God, if we went out in this spot right here, it would have been a mess because it just kind of churns,
right?
Over and over on itself. And anyway, it was a lot of fun.
There's people die in that. I think there's a
That's what
special
I'm
name
saying.
for that.
It does happen.
They do. And we pulled over because they saw Julie was bleeding everywhere, so they pulled over and they had some tampons and they stuck tampon up her nose.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 100%.
God,
damn! How big were her nostrils?
Well, the tampons aren't.
They're tiny little.
Like,
they're extra small.
They're
tampons.
not girthy
for like hamsters or something. Is that what
yes,
they put in cats?
They're hamster tampons.
They put in the little domestic.
And actually, if you have a really bad nosebleed, those are actually really good because they're built to absorb blood.
All right. Yeah, they are. They're built to absorb blood. You're right.
Yes.
Right.
So anyway, then we finished.
Oh, I guess that's why they put them in bullet hole wounds.
You can.
Do they? Are you being serious?
Yeah, I recall seeing that now. I recall, and I was like, what the hell?
Was that on Save It, Private Ryan?
I don't recall what it was, but they basically took the whole thing. It's like a little capsule, tube section. You push it, and it kind of injects the thing in there, and he kind of...
Well, I could see that working. I mean, the idea is to absorb the blood, stop the bleeding, right?
Yeah, and it worked. So anyway, so that was fun. Yeah, Tahoe's a blast. But yeah, the whitewater rafting I've done it a couple times, and it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Plus, being out there, the sounds out there. I mean, I like it. Being out in nature.
Yeah.
I mean, something about the rapids and how the water's crashing around you.
We get some really good pictures too. We define
the bears out in the forest ready to eat you.
Where are all those pictures?
That's a good question. I know I have them.
They're really good. There's some really good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. When you're engaging nature like that, it makes the whole experience that much more. It's one thing to just kind of stand around and look at stuff, but you're like, you're paddling down this river, or you're running from bears.
What I don't get is, which I've done that. What I don't get is
run from bears.
Yeah, when we were at Tahoe.
Oh, that's right.
I had.
You're not supposed to feed the bears beer.
No, we didn't. They were on the other side of a creek. I didn't run from them, but they were on the other side of the creek. They easily could have.
Oh yeah,
jumped over and came.
Yeah, but they don't want you. They want they're eating.
They wanted your kids.
Yeah, well, yeah. Stephen was maybe
come for your daughter.
Stephen was probably 2. my wife was holding Stephen, and I was ready to grab Brandon and skedaddle out of there. Anyway, what I don't understand is when you see these people who go into these nature parks that you drive through, and you see them get out.
Oh yeah,
and try to interact with the buffalo or
the giraffe,
whatever. And then
you're supposed to stay in the car.
And when they end up getting gored or stomped on or something like that.
Well, there was one video I watched where a giraffe reached into like the sunroof. Oh no, it was like a Jeep, I guess, and it reached in and grabbed a hold of some toddler's shirt and started to lift it out of the car.
Right.
And the mom grabbed the kid and pulled it out of its teeth. It's crazy. I mean. You never know. I'm sure it wasn't trying to kill it or eat it.
There's all kinds of stories like that. Animals, cheetahs ripping off mirrors and tearing off the trim around the windows, trying to get in, and people being stupid. I don't know what it is. I
don't know.
They get out of the car, let me get a little closer, and then all of a sudden you hear the theme song, and it freaking swoops down on some geriatric demon. Rips them apart.
Dude, what always freaked me out are the damn emus and the ostriches. Man, they
can kill you.
They're so beady-eyed, and their heads. The ostrich is so fucking big. The head. I'm just waiting for it to just freaking mar my face. You know?
Well, they have those claws, and they get up there and they just gut your ass.
Well, I mean, I'm in the car, but I mean, it's sticking its head in the car and it's trying to get my food out of my hand or whatever. And I'm just thinking, at a moment's notice, it could just totally blind me, right? Like, boom, boom. I'm just like, damn.
Right.
So they're all making fun of me. The family's making fun of me because I'm backing away from the emu, which looks like creepy as shit, man.
Yeah, they are.
Emus are fucking creepy. Totally. So, anyway.
Think of your nightmares, Paul. The emu.
Kind of. I mean, you're talking about, it's Fossil Rim, right? The one that's
where we went. We went there,
yeah. Oh, God. We've done that like probably half a dozen times.
Look at that emu right here.
Oh, they're creepy, man.
Oh, yeah.
Those eyes. Freaking looks like a ladybug eyeballs.
You cannot trust something that looks like that.
No.
There's no way.
No,
Emu fun facts for kids.
stay away. They will poke you.
So there are people that raise emus for the oil.
You can eat them as well.
Oh, I'm not on
What
board
kind
with
of oil?
eating
Is
one.
it like beaver
You
butt gland oil?
You eat chicken, don't you? And turkey, what's different? It's a bird.
Are
It's
we
a little
gonna,
gamey.
I've had ostrich.
Are we going to have an emu night?
I
We can.
would imagine. I mean, I'm not against it. I'm kind of curious what it eats. You know, kind of. Well, I mean, what the hell? Why would I be picky about that?
Where would we buy ground emu?
Maybe it'd be kind of like turkey. Maybe
Probably.
I don't know.
I
What
bet
is that?
there's turkey like.
I've had ostrich burgers.
Imagine those turkey legs.
It's very lean.
Yeah.
Emu legs.
Mr. Producer, you can move on from that picture. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, all right. So
I'm telling you, man,
look
those are
up
creepy.
food made with emu.
Emu meat.
Emu.
Emu meat.
Well, I'm sure there's ground emu, and I'm sure there's emu steaks and
Oh wow, emu meat and they've got
emu sausage.
So it kind of looks like a small
Like steak.
pork loin.
Yeah.
The picture I see.
They're not that
That's
small
exactly what
either.
I'm showing right there. Look at that.
Looks like steak.
Yeah, it kind of does. It looks
Uh,
good in the picture, but when you think about it, maybe. Ugh.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'd try it. I would try it. Why
But
not?
no,
that's
that-
canine craving farm life. That's for dogs.
But I don't think people
That
raise.
nice grilled steak is not for a dog.
But
or
see
that
where it says
burger.
canine craving farm free.
Oh, I don't know. But I don't think
It's in a
people
bowl.
raise emus for the meat primarily. I think they raise it for the
To
oil.
keep burglars out.
What kind of oil?
No,
Like
you
to
see-
fry popcorn in and
It's
shit?
like I don't know. It's something. It's emu oil or something. I don't
Mixing
know.
it with
Help me
seed
out here.
oil.
Emu oil? Is it like a hair moisturizer?
Put in. Why do people raise emus? That would be like the see.
What's the
Yeah, look at that.
benefit?
It's derived from body fat harvested for certain subspecies of the emu, the Dromaeus convolvularidae, the flightless bird indigenous to Australia.
It's a dietary supplement.
Interesting. So it moisturizes your face, body, and skin.
Yeah.
Lose weight and lower cholesterol.
There you
Prevents
go.
skin aging. It decreases inflammation. Improves wounds, scars, and sun damage.
There you go.
Reduces. This is given for Jeff. Reduces nipple sensitivity. I know how you
Yes.
complain whenever you wear those certain shirts. You're
Yes.
like,
I do have that.
you
Yes.
gotta put pasties on because it rubs it so wrong.
Yeah, I know it.
yeah.
But it's kinda-
Repels bugs.
What is it? What's
That's
it
good
smell
for
like?
you. It keeps the fleas away.
What's
There you
it
go.
smell like?
And it helps hair and nail
shit,
growth.
man. I don't know.
Does it
Sounds
have
like
an
there's a
aroma?
lot of wonderful things. Yeah, I guess that's why they would farm
It's
those
a
things.
it's an off-white, creamy texture to a thin yellow liquid.
Sounds like
Ooh.
God,
something gross.
I don't know. That could be a bedroom oil.
it comes out of my dick.
Well,
God,
wow.
What are you talking
That's
about?
what Sean was going to say.
No.
No.
Probes. Hold on.
Looks like olive oil.
Did you seriously?
I just got him a yellow flag.
I'll back you on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I mean, if you want to talk,
Challenge.
no, there's no challenge on
No
this.
challenge. Don't I have any cards? I mean, what happened to my little set?
I got mine.
There's a
Oh,
set right
man.
here, you blind son of a bitch.
Oh,
What the hell's
cool.
wrong with you?
All right, I'll get ready for that.
It's too late. It's lost its
thrown,
Yeah.
we haven't thrown cards in a while.
All right.
All right. Well,
Well, we have soccer cards. We
I'm not
got yellow and red cards whenever we got to hold ourselves accountable, which they constantly have. And Paul brought a contestant flag, a little
Yeah.
red referee flag.
yeah, my red flag. I'm not sure how we got on emus.
So we were
Fossil
talking about it was the trips to the zoo, California, backing up, whitewater rafting, and
Yeah.
the trips to Jeff falling into the water, which was awesome. Which is what I wanted to focus on, was him falling into that water again.
Yes. Well, he didn't fall. He jumped on your instruction.
Yes.
Yeah, which was you know that game you play at the office where they say they trust, right, and you're supposed to just fall back and somebody will be there.
Yeah.
You fail miserably at that.
Yeah.
game.
No. Look, I was
Miserably
doing him a
at that
favor.
game.
You know why? Because Jeff appeared to me like
Scared.
He was preoccupied.
Uh-huh.
The a lot of stress was going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, he's not going to talk about it.
And he needed
I got to
something
loosen
to take
him up. I got to
take it
loosen him
off.
up. What is
Ah.
going to change the direction of this? Because he was like, we're in this fucking raft and I'm with Sean.
right,
Look at him. What the fuck? I mean,
right.
and so I I
So
made it
like
happy for
like a hypothermia, borderline drowning event would get him out of that.
No. He didn't. He wasn't even near that. There's a little rope around the boat. He held tightly, like
I didn't know how to
baby
swim.
with the rattle.
There weren't no rapids or anything.
He just
But dude,
disappeared.
you hear the stories of people like they'll be on a pontoon boat in Lake Louisville and they jump in the water and don't ever come back.
Now, could I have jumped off
What
of
the
my
hell?
Well, I could have seen if you jumped off, could my foot have gotten jammed and
Oh, yeah.
stuck?
Like a bear trap at the bottom of the river.
Well, just rocks. And you get in there and you're just like, fuck.
Right,
I
you're
can't
stuck.
get it out.
I don't know. I don't know how it
broken my-
happens. I don't know how it happens. How people jump in the water and just don't come out.
Gators.
I don't get it. No, really, it's crazy. I mean, and these are people that know how to swim. So what the fuck is happening?
That's what happened at Lake Louisville.
When you say don't come out, meaning they disappear?
Yes.
That's right. They just literally never surface.
They drown.
Yeah, that is odd.
It's the strangest thing ever.
Yeah.
That's what happened
What's
to-
down there? That is it. Is there a current or something?
No,
Loch Ness Monster
There's
in Lake
lots of
Louisville.
trees. Well, all these are man-made, so there's a bunch of trees.
True.
Could they have gone down there and got stuck in the trees? Very unfortunately. Possibly.
I guess. I don't know. It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
And there's also alligators in Lake Louisville.
There are not.
Yes, there is.
Nah, I don't like to hear the sound of that.
Yeah, it's definitely. You know what? There was. I think they hunted them down and killed them like the crocodiles they are.
Nice. Alligators.
Alligators.
Does it matter?
Alligators are freshwater. Crocodiles are saltwater. Yes.
I forgot. About
So not only do I know the EF scale of tornadoes, I
Oh.
also am a crocodile alligatorologist.
God bless an authority.
Yes.
Sort of like Austin on Oktoberfest night.
Oh, is he an authority on something?
He was the authority on something.
Oh, tell us about this authority that he was.
So, downtown McKinney 2024 is the annual Oktoberfest.
That's right. It was Saturday.
And-
It was fun.
Dudes like us usually go out there and we represent. We walk around, kind of chat with people, and
And they
saying
got
hello.
the polka band going.
They
Boom,
did. So we
boom,
were
boom,
at
boom,
Filtered
boom,
Coffee
boom,
Shop
boom,
out in the front, and there was a large stage out there where they had the polka band playing. And this year, I was actually quite pleased
That
with the
polka band,
selection.
I'm not a polka band aficionado, but they were actually really good.
They were really
Yeah.
good.
Compared to last year's, they had some acapella jazz thing going on. I'm like,
Yeah.
what in the fuck? They did get the memo that it's Oktoberfest, and
Yeah,
yet we've
that's-
got this thing going on.
Well, I guess somebody bailed at the last minute or something.
There was
But yeah,
a whole
these guys
team of them
were really good.
very excited about that, and they played all day, which means that I arrived. Actually, it was like 12 to 5. It was a long set, so they'd play for 45 minutes, take 15 minutes off, and they did that all day long, and they were great.
Yeah, they were.
They played a lot of
that's
intermashing
there was
songs,
two bands.
mashups.
There was two different bands.
You talking about the very last band?
So the last band was Crowd Brave or something like
Yeah,
that.
the second
They
band.
were great.
I love the fact that they were. I mean, the whole event is everybody's walking around with those big mugs of beer and having a great
Big
time. And,
steins.
yeah, and these guys every once in a while,
Ice cold beer and your sausage.
right? But they would call out. I guess there's like this call of it's time to drink. So I don't know. They would go dickly,
Ticky Tacky Ticky Tacky.
Oi,
oi, oi, oi, right? And then what was the other one?
Proust.
That's like
God.
toast. Cheers.
Little
Then he would say Proust.
Prost.
I think you got some on the heat lamp. What the hell's it called?
Anyway,
Lava lamp.
That's pretty cool, though. That was fun.
It was a good
Everybody was
experience.
toasting, and
So we were
so
at,
many smiley, happy people.
We,
Yeah,
we
it was
were at
good.
downtown McKinney in front of Filtered Coffee Shop, 218 East Louisiana Street, and we kind of commandeered there's in front of these stops along Louisiana Avenue. They have a little fenced off, real wrought iron gate fenced off
Yeah.
area, which allows like maybe 12 by 12 space in
Like
there.
a little patio area.
And inside that little square, we had beer that we were selling, and we had our dudes like us woodcrafting stuff up there.
Yeah.
And we're
And
planning
it did pretty well.
yeah, we got some sales. I was pleased, and and that's really a great thing considering we didn't do a whole lot to prep, and we didn't have a tremendous amount of setup. I think it's kind of whatever. So we were excited. We got our stuff out there. We sold a couple products, and we had a blast.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. You guys sold a lot of beer too, man.
We had a record day
Yeah.
in sales at that location.
I think it
And-
was because of the get your ice cold beer here.
Well, we did very well out in the front. Regarding the sales as a team, I mean, it's really they were hopping inside. They had a lot of stuff going on. We did sell more than we normally sell, and we got rid of all the beer because we were trying to deplete all of our inventory.
Oh, did you go on a sale towards the end?
Yeah, we started dropping the price towards the end, like ridiculous. And people were like, "Oh, $2 beers, all goes for that." And so they got like vanilla porters. Vanilla porters.
I'll take 10.
Let's take these beers and let's get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
That's what I said. I kept yelling that out. Get to the chopper. Have some beer.
Yes.
So retarded.
So dumb. It's not even German. He's Austrian.
But it was a lot of fun. And I got to wear my Lederhosen. Lederhosen.
That you did.
Yeah.
You said that you weren't pleased with them.
They're a little
hot,
frumpy.
But you got happy in that little outfit. You were engaged with the crowd, and
I got to tell you, there's a couple things going on here. Number one, I was drinking.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how many drinks I had. It was kind of a soft little warm up. I started the day off. I didn't drink for a while, and then my brother was like, "Oh, I'm going to sell these vanilla porter beers now for $2." And I was like, "Really?"
That's when I got there. That is exactly when I got there because you guys are talking about, they're selling them for $2 beers.
It was kind of toasty.
And I said, Austin, could you bring me one Stein, please? Einstein, one cold beer, please.
Einstein?
It did sound like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Einstein means one beer?
No, Einstein. Stein is the mug.
Okay. Einstein bitte.
Einstein bitte. One Stein, please. Okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Really? That's not part of the...
I think your German is a little rusty.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so he comes back and he's like, Austin got snookered. I think he had a total almost 4 Steins. About 3.5 Steins. I didn't think they finished the last one, but it was ridiculous.
So you don't remember much of that.
That's right.
Anyways, they had a good time.
Alcohol's bad for you, right?
Austin ended up drinking a little bit more than he should. I think he went down to the arcade. He has some sort of drink called Sub-Zero. I don't know what that is, but drinking a Sub-Zero is like high energy.
Those are so bad for
bunch
you.
of sugar in there.
Bunch of
and
caffeine.
he drinks that, and he was like, dude, I was playing Pac-Man, and I woke up in bed the next time. Next night, I think I remember I was woke up in bed. But regardless, I saw him when he came back from the arcade because we were still selling beer out in the front, and I was still coherent. So I was like, hey, Austin, and he's kind of walking by, hi, I'm going home now. So she drove home.
So everybody became German that day, huh?
Yes.
It's Oktoberfest.
What time did you guys end up leaving?
10 maybe, and then we stopped at Whataburger. I don't know if you remember that.
I do now. Did I get some? No, did I eat a fry?
You ate a number 2, and I encouraged you to get a number. I got a number 1, and he was like a number 2, and I was like,
I need a double.
and I was like, you don't need a number 2, get a number 1. He was like, fuck you.
I think I did.
You did. You were like, don't fat shame me. Basically how the whole thing went down, and the whole time Shelly's like, oh my god, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the best burger ever.
It was. Now that I remember it, I don't eat Whataburger. If I'm gonna have to go eat fast food, it's gonna be Whataburger.
It's the best.
That is good.
There is something about it. It's tartness. It's just fantastic. So we made
that was a fun evening.
Yeah, I had a good time. And that last band, and I apologize. I wish I would remember the name of that. I wish I would remember both the names out there. I'd give them shout outs, man. But the Oktoberfest downtown McKinney 2024, a stand-up show all day long. I had a blast.
Yeah, it was really
Jeff
cool.
came out. You came out.
Yeah.
Chuck came out. The Chuckster. Chuck came out and hung out with us for a while. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It was good times. I mean, that's what the fall's all about, right? Man, it's doing these different, we're starting to cool off a little bit, right? We're starting to do more events like that.
You know what? I think I'm going to video Sean dancing to some of those songs.
Oh, there's no way we can.
And so what does Jeff do? He freaking does. I don't know if he live streamed it or just posted it, but regardless,
should have live streamed it.
It was on the internet. Me doing whatever the fuck that was.
You were polka dancing,
dude. I looked like a fat retard looking for candy. It was like what? I'll tell you what. The one thing I did which was kind of cool, was my stamina. Did you see me jumping out there?
You came back very proud. You're like, my trampoline's working.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey man, look, my trampoline is working.
My jumping is working all day long.
I feel it. I was out there.
10-foot vertical leap.
Yeah, you were. It was awkward. It was awkward. Everybody was kind of jumping normally, and you were like, boom,
look at that fat guy go.
It's like, wow,
that was good.
That trampoline's something else.
Hey man, I endorse the trampoline. I recommend everyone should get a.
Are you still doing it every day?
I do it every single day.
Good for you.
Every single day.
The name of that band is called Brave Combo.
Brave Combo. Is that the latter of the two?
That's the last one. And
Last one?
I Googled top polka bands, and that was the first one that came up.
Nice.
So there were people there that shared that. What was the name of that band again? Sorry.
Brave Combo.
Brave Combo. They shared that Brave Combo. They follow them around the world.
Oh, wow.
I don't. I mean, that's
That's
crazy.
the second band. Because the first band, somebody was saying was their fourth. They were rated fourth in the something. I don't know if it was the city or the state. Or
both bands were superb.
They were really good.
You know, they had their unique spin. The last one had a unique. They were just a little bit more electric. You know, they had
yes.
They were just a little bit more commercialized.
They had the bass player, the guitar player.
Yeah, the first one was more traditional.
Traditional polka.
Yeah, but the last one, the tuba, that was huge. That really makes a great noise. Okay, so we were a little silly that night. I was, at least. I ended up leaving my bourbon flask there.
You left it there?
Yeah, well, Ryan picked it up. My brother picked
good.
it up, so he put it in the office for me. I'll
Well, to be fair, you left kind of in a rush because I was leaving and you were like, shit, I don't have a ride home because you were expecting Tara to be there or something happened and you're like, shit, I need to go with, Paul and Shelley. And so you were scrambling to leave. That's probably why you didn't have a second to collect your gatherings or gather your what am I trying to say? Your stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, but speaking of fall, we also have Halloween coming up right around the corner. And Tara has announced that the theme of the party is video games.
Yeah, it's gonna be
so
very
I already know what Shelley and I are going to do, and it's going to be a total surprise, but I'm excited. I'm actually for the first time going to put some effort into a costume and have it be a good time. I've never really done that. What? Why are you laughing?
Your fucking chest phone. Ding, ding, ding. It's funny.
What's wrong? What's happening?
I was hearing Jeff's phone. It was funny.
Yeah, what's happening? Are you?
My sister we're closing on the house.
Oh, that's right.
We're closing on the house. The buyer signed it today, and they're closing tomorrow. Which
exciting.
I guess is the funding, right? So
yeah,
congratulations, sir.
Finally.
So there's questions. They're like, well, where's the garage door openers? I was like, they're in the house somewhere. Look in the kitchen drawers. Look in the laundry room. Look in the garage.
Wow.
I don't know where they're at.
Of all the things to worry about.
Yeah,
I guess it's a thing.
So
there's some loose ends that you're needing to scramble to answer.
Right, and she stresses about that stuff.
They're in the glove box of the car that you brought back.
No, I left them all there.
Damn it, Archer.
Yeah, that would have sucked. I would have sent them. I would have just emailed or mailed them to him. So, but no, they stayed there. But yeah, we're closing or not. The notary went to my sister's house in Ohio. This was on Saturday. You actually listened to a good portion of it because she conferenced me in.
Oh God.
It's a stressful thing.
Yeah, I would just about to say that. It is stressful.
Yeah. And so she signed it Saturday. They signed it today. And I guess the official closing is tomorrow, which means we should be funded or we should have the money by the end of the week.
Fantastic.
So
we're throwing a big time party, aren't we?
I hope.
Oh, we're going to.
I won't. Yeah, the money will be there. I won't have access to it quite yet, but yes.
So much for a party.
I know.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that the next step is gone, and move yourself towards closure. When we walked in here, you're like you mentioned. I think at the beginning of the podcast, going through your dad's stuff. You know, you got a bunch of his memorabilia that you're pulling out. I'm sure it's quite emotionally jarring just to walk into that and go through that and like, wow. And you get probably getting a flood of memories.
Well, it is. I stuck it. They're all in boxes. I stuck it in the study, and I just left them there for, I don't know, when did I get back? In June?
Yeah.
So I've just finally cracked them open and started going through it because I need to sort it, really decide, do I need to keep this? Do I need to toss it? And then I'm going to stick it in, the attic. It's not something that, if it's pictures and stuff, then I'll pick those and I'll hang them on the wall and stuff.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
I have a problem throwing away, like I found all my dad's work accolades, all the rewards and everything. I'm like, you just toss that?
Like attendance records?
Right. His clocks, every time he clocked in.
His time cards.
No, all the awards he got, right? All the write-ups in the newspaper and all that stuff. You're like, do you toss that and just basically throw his entire life away?
It's tough.
It'd be kind of cool if, these are great questions because it's almost like it should be a service out there that can go through things. I'm gonna say rummage because that's not process. Is probably a better word. And process that stuff, digitize those types of things where you have a memory of it. You know, maybe you don't need it as tangible. I don't know. What are you going to pass it down to the kids?
Well, that's what I told at least Steven because he's here with me. I was like, well, I'm going to box this stuff, stick it in the attic, and you're going to get it, you and your brother. And then it's
going to dry rot up there.
Well, I don't know where else to stick it, you know. And
is it a lot?
Basically, no, it's not a lot. Basically, I'm just kicking the responsibility down the lane.
I told him. I said, you're kicking the can down the road.
Right. I don't want to throw it away. Maybe they're far enough away from it. I mean, they love their grandfather. They knew him very well.
I can feel that.
Maybe, but it's
and the tough part is discerning what's important and what isn't. Right. We were sitting here. My father kept all. You know how when you send out a letter for Christmas, your end of the year letter, right? Well, he received all these end of the year letters for everybody on his Christmas list, and it was a big Christmas list. So I'm going through there, and I'm like, I cared about the stuff he wrote. But I didn't care about the stuff from the people I didn't know, right? So here I am creating a pile of trash, and they're like, whoa, my siblings, like, whoa, wait a second, who's this from? And they're reading every paper and all this kind of stuff.
No, you can't.
I was like, dude, we can't go crazy with this.
Mom or dad didn't even write this.
Right,
this
exactly.
is to them. It has nothing to do with them. It has their name on it. That's it.
So I got to tell you something that was funny. So we were in the study, which was the hardest room to go through, right?
Oh, it is.
Oh, there was these filing cabinets full of folders and stuff. I pull out a folder, okay, and I'm going through it, and it's stacks and stacks of receipts, right? And I'm thinking, when you keep receipts, I'm thinking it's like for a big ticket item, right? It's the receipt for the refrigerator,
right?
Or something that you think that you need the receipt because if something goes wrong, you're going to take it back or whatever, right? So I'm going through these receipts. One of them was my mom bought a 7-Up and a meatloaf at the country club. And in like
1980,
that was the theme. That was the theme for the rest of the weekend. I would yell out
$1.40.
I would yell out to the group, guys, meatloaf and a 7-Up receipt here. Yeah, I mean, so it was just crazy. I mean, but
shut up, Paul.
Yeah, I was throwing away all that
Not
shit.
again.
I was throwing away all that shit. But anyway, it was crazy what my parents kept.
I wonder if that's a generational thing because my dad had some extremely old paperwork.
Right.
Like extremely old paperwork where I'm just like, wow, why do you still have this?
Right.
You know.
So I went scorched earth on a lot of that stuff. But anyway. We have a bourbon. Don't we have a bourbon to? I'm sorry. Yeah. I thought you were about to bring that up.
I was going to bounce back for a second.
All right, let's do that.
We've got a couple minutes. We were talking about your outfit for the Halloween that you were going to
I'm excited
to dive in. So, I mean, no hints?
No hints. No hints. Video games.
So it's video game, huh?
That's the theme.
It's actually 80s video games.
I'm good with that, too.
All right.
My idea still applies. It's going to be great. I can't wait to design it and build. I was actually asking ChatGPT, how would I build this? It is so resourceful, man. It was telling me all the hardware I needed, and I kind of envisioned it anyway, but I was like,
need hardware?
I didn't think about that.
Interesting.
I need hardware for my costume. That's the only hint I'll give you.
Millipede.
Damn it.
The centipede.
Unbelievable. Huh? Now I got to pick a new one. A-hole. Nope, that's not it. Anyway, have you thought about what you're going to be and what you're going to be?
I'm ordering T-shirts now.
I'm going to wear a loincloth and be from Jungle Hunt.
Oh, great!
Like Pitfall.
Your junk's gonna be hanging out. You're gonna be like all gyrating on the dance floor.
I'm gonna have a big vine. I'm gonna swing from.
Oh, perfect. Do you remember? I think it was superheroes or something. I don't remember what it was. Do you remember when Mark was a booger?
What?
Mark?
Oh, he was a booger.
He was a booger. So he was he had a big, like he was just a round green outfit, and he had a long black. It was a hair.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Oh, it was greatness. It was greatness. He always had really, really well thought out and planned costumes.
I've never been good at
disgusting.
that. Me neither.
I've never
I have
been
not.
good
He
at
was a
that.
booger. I don't know.
Well,
I don't
Jeff,
know what the theme
time.
was.
All right.
Well, I know. I have time. But
Hey, I'm making the commitment, so I'm expecting you both to make the commitment.
I commit every year.
I know you do. You do. I'm not going to give you
guys
shit.
are good at it. I struggle with it.
I do too, but
It's because you
Now
wait
you have
till the
time.
day of, and there's nothing out there.
All right, so
Sometimes,
You have
yes.
time now.
yes, I'm starting the planning of it this weekend. So that tells you how you need to get on it.
Start
Wow.
cutting the pieces out of wood.
Yes.
You have time to paint it, make the shoulder harness. You can make a complete Mandalorian outfit before the.
That 1980s
But
video game?
that's not a 1980s video game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
there's that.
Movie,
Was
maybe.
it maybe Star Wars.
That's not a video game either.
Damn it, Archie.
That video game didn't come out until what, the 90s?
What, Battlefront?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did
Yeah.
Battlefront came out? That was
Well,
good, by the way.
E.T.
ET was technically an Atari 2600, wasn't it?
Well, E.T. is not Star Wars.
What's wrong with you?
What's
Who
a
are you
space
right
one?
now?
So we are.
We had Battlefront, and
Yeah.
it was so frustrating because
Oh,
my
I loved
boys,
it.
you would spawn somewhere, I would die and spawn, and then Dylan was Darth Vader. I guess he was Darth Vader, and he made it his mission to kill me as fast as possible. And I was like, "Can you just, Dylan? This is not fun for me. Can you just go kill?" Nope. I would spawn, dead. Spawn, dead. I was like, "How do you know where I am?" I don't understand. He goes, "There's only certain places you can spawn, Dad." I'm like, "Fuck, man." He was such a dick. I was like, "What the hell?" And he was like,
Now, Mr. Producer, forgive me if I'm wrong, but isn't Darth Vader one of those characters that's kind of like an alt? So you only can have Darth Vader for a specific amount of
Oh
time.
yeah, you have to get like a certain number of kills, though.
So I want to also add to that anyone can get Darth Vader.
Oh, I couldn't get
So
anything.
if you're playing on a platform,
I couldn't stay alive for 10 seconds.
You have to accumulate certain accolades to be able to get that alt to activate. So I get it.
He kept killing his dad. That's all the accolades. Death.
Death.
You
And
get
I
to
was
be
like,
Vader again.
Yeah,
Death.
I was like, I've been killed 180 times. What do I get for that?
No soup for you.
All right. Anyway, let's talk about the bourbon.
Yeah, this bourbon. What do we think about this, guys? This is an older one that we had, and there was a lot still in the bottle, so I was kind of hesitant. Going,
That's
I don't
all
think
right.
we liked this the first time.
Well,
but
I'll kind of tell you. It tastes cheap. It tastes inexpensive.
Right.
Okay, let's start there. Number one. Number two,
Oh boy.
it does have a sweet taste to it. It's not a bad tasting. What is it called? It's called
Saddle.
Saddle.
From the Franklin Distillers. It's called Black Saddle Bourbon Whiskey.
Was it really
This is-
aged 12 years?
that's what it says.
It says age 12 years.
Oh,
So,
shit, man.
and I guess that's every bit of what's going on here. So I don't want to like throw stones at this too much right now. I want to kind of walk through this. Now, when I'm tasting, it's oily.
Yeah.
It's oily, and it's got legs. So the viscosity is there for sure. The hue,
It's got a nice hue.
it does have a nice hue.
That's because of the age.
Yeah, for 12
Well, right.
years.
Well, true.
But it's not as dark as I would think for 12 years.
12 years, man, that's a long time.
Yeah,
It should be, I hate to say this, it should be
it's got
better.
a soft
It should be better than it is for 12 years.
minty.
It's very run
I
of the mill.
taste the mint. It's very slight mint to it. And it's tastes watered down to me.
Well, to get to 90 proof, you got to water it down, and that's the problem I have a hard time with.
I learned that that's not always the case.
Well, yeah, it's not always
It's
the
not
case.
always the case.
I always thought that if it's anything less than like 115, then that means they put water in it. Not true.
No.
Sometimes they put it in the barrel at like 112.
Well, Michter's, we learned that last week.
Yes.
Michter's proofs out at 107 or something like that? Is that
Right.
what he said?
And
That's
so,
how it
yeah.
comes out of the barrel like that.
So
So
anyway,
you're saying that they add, so they take a bottle of Michter's that's 115 hypothetical, 117, and they want to dumb it down, but they do it to the barrel?
No.
No. They don't dumb it down at all. So they put it in the barrel at like 112 proof, and then just by natural evaporation and what have you,
The Angels
it-
share.
well, yeah,
It
gets
goes down to 107.
or lower.
Right.
Or lower. It doesn't always mean that if it's in the low 100s or the high 90s that they added water to it. It does not mean that, which gives it a whole new respect, because we always had an issue with any bottle has water added to it, right?
That's right.
So anyway,
what are we going to rate this? I mean, Jeff. Well, first of all, Jeff, you've got some description. You said mint. I can't throw a bunch of stuff on there because it
No.
is sweet. It tastes.
I taste the sweet. I taste the mint.
like a
And there's some
cheap corn
traditional
taste.
there's some traditional bourbon shit going on in there.
Yeah.
Some vanillas, that standard shit.
I do not want to shit on Black Saddle. It's 90 proof. It's got a spicy pepper. I can taste that now. I just took another pull right off the front. It's peppery in the start,
I didn't.
and as it closes, I feel the mint.
Yeah, I did not enjoy it. That's a double
I
negative.
think-
I did enjoy it.
I think I'm disappointed because of the age statement.
Yeah.
If I didn't see that, I think I would enjoy this. If that doesn't make
You
sense,
think it
though.
should be better at 12 years?
I think it should be. I think it should have a little more oomph to it.
You know, that could be just a product of them either dumbing it down or just what went in wasn't fantastical. You know,
Yeah, I
it
don't
could be the type of barrels that they were in. Who knows? I mean, is it what is the barrel? You know, it'd be kind of nice to know. Is it white oak? What type of oak is it? I mean, is it a whiskey or was it a bourbon?
It's a bourbon, so
It's a bourbon, so it's got to be an oak. Was it
Gotta be
a
an oak.
French oak, American oak?
I'm assuming white oak.
Right.
If they don't tell you, let me put it this way: if they don't tell you it's some special type of oak, it is white oak.
Yeah, you would assume.
All right, what are we rating it?
Spanish oak.
I think I'm going 5.5 on this.
That's exactly what I was going to say. 5.5. That's exactly.
This is the 90 proofers.
Yeah.
Compare
So
this to
in the
the
90
90s.
category, I'll give this. I'll give this 5.6.
That Michter's last week was 90.
Right.
94.
Yeah, that's
and it was
different league.
Yes. that's
very
what I mean.
good.
Yeah,
5.5 for me.
Okay. Yeah, same here.
I'll give it a little bit more love. 5.6. I do like it. I would kick
Yeah,
it out
no.
of bed.
I mean, again, it wasn't like,
I would make it. I'd let it make a sandwich for me before it
Ooh,
left.
right.
oh, wow.
Make
You're-
me a turkey
you
sandwich
expect-
before you go.
You expect a lot from your bourbon. Interesting.
little hug.
God. All right. Well, there you have it. That was our bourbon. And there's quite a bit left. I mean, it's not ready for infinity bottle, is it?
No, not yet. I
No,
think there's
not even.
another pour left.
So
Okay.
for the Dudes Like Us listeners out there, you can find us on Facebook, Dudes Like Us podcast, or you can find Dudes Like Us Woodcraft. Before the show ends, I wanted to make a few announcements. Next week, this is the first half of this week's show. Next week we have for the first half, Garrison Brothers will be out. Senior James will be.
That's kind of cool, man.
Yeah, that's very cool.
They'll be representing. We're looking forward to that. So if you're listening to this podcast, make sure that you download or listen and punch that like button so that you can get these notifications when we do post these new podcasts.
Yeah. And
I just posted, not last week's, but 2 weeks ago. I just posted those today.
it's great.
They were good. It was just good.
You talking about Stan and Brian?
No, it was the one before that.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, okay. I remember the soundbite now.
Yeah.
Oh, horrific soundbites. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as we enjoy saying it. I don't know. Crazy.
There are so many.
I know.
That's good. We need
What
to
are the ones I
start.
sent this time?
It was like or something. There was
you were making some weird noise.
some
See if you can
noises.
pull it up on your phone.
I don't know why.
I don't
Here's the
remember.
problem. Here's the problem.
No.
Every single
Yeah,
time we have
every
these
time.
sound bites, there is totally contextual. Yeah, like there's a reason why we make these
Well,
noises.
in addition,
But he sends some crazy ass soundbite with no context, and it makes it sound like total buffoons, which I guess we kind of are.
but still, the other thing is that it's never of himself. It's only us.
Never.
All right, here we go. Let's see
All
if
right,
we
what
pop
is the
this up.
soundbite? Oh my God. Is that me? That's you.
That's definitely you.
That's you.
Dude, that's your voice.
That's you.
That's
No.
100%.
Why would I do
Paul.
that? Why would I do that?
100%.
Why would
Paul.
I make that noise? What am I
don't
laughing? I'm laughing like a what? Who?
I
Who?
don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
This is-
understand either.
I don't remember this one either.
God.
You gonna pet that dog?
I'll pet that dog. I'll pet that dog.
I'll pet that dog.
I'll pet that dog.
Okay, that's you and I going back and forth. Because again,
Oh my god.
Jeff insists on never pointing.
No, I was on that one as well.
Well,
at the
yeah.
very end. You were
Jeff
talking.
doesn't pretend. No, I don't believe that 1 second.
No.
You were not. On
I had
there.
the last word on that.
Did
Did you?
delete
Yes.
it though?
You bitch.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
one, bitch.
Yeah, you did. You said bitch, and that made us laugh super hard. Okay. All right. How much time do we have left? I don't want to start on a new topic. If we got 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Well, we haven't talked about the VP debate that's going on as we speak.
Oh, that's right. What's the latest on that?
I don't know. So I'm curious if I mean I think we all know that VP debates don't decide an election, but it's kind of interesting to hear. I don't know. It might add some momentum to one side or the other, don't you think?
I
Could
don't
have
think so.
momentum. Could have momentum. It won't,
I don't think it is. I think
it's
people.
not a game changer.
I
but,
think for the most part, people know who they're going to vote for at this
oh
point.
yeah, no, it's
If you
more than ever. It's already been decided.
if you don't know who at this point, you're 2 months out, 1 month out,
Yeah,
a little over 1 month.
that's a good point.
And there's always the October surprise. So don't be surprised if something gets dropped.
Yeah, what could that be? There's always
There's always something.
one.
There's
What could it be?
Who knows?
Is it going to be another bullshit like lawfare against Trump, like
Probably.
another court, charging him with something,
or something he said, 30 years ago is going to resurface.
Yep.
They did that on the 5. Jessica Kartlov, is that her name? She brought some stuff up.
Is she the lefty on the show?
She is. And look, I think she's pretty. I think she's smart.
She's cool. I think she's cool.
It's just I don't agree with her policies, and in the way she attacks is just as bad as the way we attack them. But it's just like what she said today was Donald Trump, how he cheats on his wife.
Oh, come on.
Because they're talking about ethics and comparisons and he said, yeah, Donald Trump cheats on his wife. Well, you guys said Donald Trump was a Nazi. Well, J.D. Vance said that Donald Trump was a Nazi, But
so it basically is childish
it's
bullshit.
just useless banter that gets put out there, and we got to listen to it, getting us all charged up and tribal. It just stop. Stop with that shit. Just
let's be adults.
You know what I would love?
Let's be adults.
I would love for debate. For them to have the moderators not just be some nobody. I'll run it, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the questions. We'll take a poll.
Are you talking
These
about
are the questions that we're going to ask? Hold
on the 5?
No, just for a debate period. Let's debate. I don't care who it is, the president, the vice president.
Okay, got you. Keep going.
So what I would want to do is I'd get a moderator. It doesn't matter who it is because it's not a debate. All you're going to do is ask the questions, and you say, "All right."
That's called a town hall.
No, I'm just saying I will ask all the questions. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fact check them right there, not only with the facts, but we're going to show us the video. When Trump says, "Hey, you know what? There's good people on both sides." Hold on there, Kamala. Let's roll the video.
Roll the
and
tape.
it says exactly what he says. And then when he says, "Well, she didn't like fracking," and then all of a sudden, all right, well, let's listen to all those videos, and then she can have her moderators. Maybe she could throw some stuff back at him. Well, you said this. Okay. Well, you just can't say Trump lies all the time.
Right.
What does he do? Lie, lie, lie. Okay. Well, you're saying that, but just because you're saying it doesn't make it true. And just because Trump calls Walsh a moron doesn't mean necessarily he's a moron. I don't know. I think Walsh is extremely sketchy. The fact that he's lived 25 years in China. I think that's sketchy. Who owns a house in China?
He went over there, he said 12 times. It's coming out. It's been more than that.
Right.
It's extremely suspect. No one talks about it.
Right.
And it's toxic. And frankly, I don't know who to believe anymore. It's so frustrating listening to all these news networks. Yep. Everybody has a fucking opinion, and shit's getting worse.
It is. That's why
I agree.
I tend to, like I said, I watch one news show. It's the 5. I'll poke around on CNN, MSNBC, just to see what are they talking about.
Sure.
And I'm disgusted, of course. I'm just like, you guys are morons. But I want to hear both sides.
Yeah.
I want to take on both.
I do too much. I go to Google News. I go to right and left, and I'm all over the place, and it's too much. It's time consuming, and it weighs on you.
And then I stop. Then I'm done. I'm like, all right, I've watched it. I'm not going to deal with the news the rest of the day unless there's some big breaking news story.
Yeah, my wife has gotten on me big time about always being on my phone and always checking news.
But
and she's right, man. She's right.
I want to have some closure on that debate show that I'm proposing. And it's because if you have a debate and you have someone there that's unbiased, I could be biased for Trump. They could be biased for Kamala if she wants, well, you're not showing that video, whatever. But as long as it's not edited, and then you got to have someone make sure, okay, is this authenticated? So everything they bring up, I'm just saying, if you went up there and told the American folks the truth, and they fact checked it right there in real time and says, that's not true, Kamala.
They need like an AI robot that does it. Oh, that's not true. This, and then they AI just spits out really what's out there.
Actually, that would be kind of funny, but you don't know if that's true.
Yeah, we can't even trust AI anymore.
Well, AI is built by someone, so it's biased to
it's totally
someone.
Biased. We remember what we heard about, what do you think about the Kamala campaign? Why should I vote for her? And it gave this long thing. Why should I vote for Trump? Yeah, I'm not allowed to give political advice. Sorry.
Right.
That's like, wait a second. You just gave it for Harris.
Right.
So, it's biased too. Did you hear about SNL last weekend?
Saturday Night Live?
No.
Yes.
I have not.
They made fun of the assassination attempt. Dude, is there no boundary?
No, not anymore, no.
They literally had him standing at the podium like as if it, when he was shot, I should say shot. And they made fun of it.
Well, how did they? What did they do? Just make jokes of it?
Maybe. Yeah. Let's play it.
I think it's disgusting.
Yeah. It's
It doesn't matter
it's
whether,
absolutely disgusting.
and it's. I feel that way either way. It doesn't matter who it is. You don't make fun of that shit. This is the roasted. But
Pushes back on SNL skit about assassination attempt.
Is firing back at SNL today, slamming them for making jokes about the attempt on his life.
We love my rallies, except when someone does bing bong, bing, 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 right at me.
And watch this. As the actor playing J.D. Vance comes to the podium, Trump leaves and takes the bulletproof glass with him. In a statement today, the Trump campaign called the sketch disgusting. There were 2 assassination attempts against President Trump within a span of 7 weeks. And SNL apparently finds that funny.
And the social media response
SNL
was,
brought back 3 of their biggest stars of all.
Somebody died.
yeah, they did.
Somebody was killed
Yes.
during that assassination attempt, and somebody was, critically injured. 2 people were critically injured. It's like, how did that pass the smell test? How have we gotten to a point in this country?
I mean, we discussed this.
They don't give a shit because it didn't impact them. They weren't there.
I can't believe it.
And they got so much TDS. They want it to happen.
They do. They literally want it to happen.
It was like the Tenacious D with Jack Black and Kyle, his partner, singing.
Don't miss next time.
Yeah, that's his birthday gift, and he got canceled for that because it was fresh. But this is the same thing.
Same thing.
This is the same exact thing, but yet you hear nothing because it's not new anymore.
Damn.
It's like this thing is old. It's like, oh yeah, he didn't die. He's fine. Stop. Fuck up. Shut up. What are you doing? Oh, cry. Oh, what's wrong? Did somebody throw rocks at you?
Yeah.
No, you stupid motherfucker.
Like what's her name? That
people
posted,
died.
No ears were harmed during the second presidential attempt.
Oh yeah.
No ears were harmed. Everybody relax.
Yeah.
What?
And you got the Iranians coming after his ass. So there's still a high
but
probability something's going to happen.
How real is that?
Apparently, very real.
Very real.
Enough for
Says
them
who?
to admit it. Like
But says who?
DOJ, State Department, they're all making it very, very. It's out in the open. So,
Well,
dude, in a normal world, if that were to happen, we would fuck them up.
Yep.
Well, fucking us up. You know what? The overall, the bourbon was great. I had a good time, Mr. Producer. Thank
not
you for
bad.
being on top of shit tonight, Mr. Producer, Mr. Austin. Thank you, dudes like us. I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Jeff.